that's okay. Very nice. Thank you very much. Good to go.
Belinda, the first match of the season is never easy, and I think you felt that today. Congratulations getting through it. Can you talk me through what happened and how you turned it around?
Yeah, of course, it's never easy in the first match, and you're a little bit nervous, and just the environment is a little bit different. And plus, I felt like my opponent was playing very good, and she was really, playing faster than I expected and going for it more. And so I was a bit defensive, I felt like, in the first set. But then on the other side, like my coach and also Stan was telling me just to keep sticking with it, keep like staying in the rally, and just like fighting and grinding, and then when it was tight, then the advantage will be on my side, and that's what I did. And I'm really happy with kind of like how resistant I stayed, and I was creating my chances.
What was it like to be cheered on by Stan on the sidelines and get advice from him?
Yeah, it was super special. I mean, of course, you're like really nervous in the start because, I mean, obviously it's like a great champion, so you feel like you want to show like a good match and just show what you can. But then I felt like we were getting like super used to each other, and he was very positive and like also like saying tactic wise, I mean, together with my coach, what to do. And I felt very comfortable, and I kind of relaxed throughout the match when I finally got into the match, and it was really nice, and it felt nice. And even during the match, I was like telling myself, wow, like I really enjoy this moment right now.
Yeah. Is there anything that you admire about the way he plays that you know might want to adapt?
Yeah, I mean, he just plays like really fearless and just really is going for it. He knows what his strengths are, and he's just like embracing them. And I mean, he's a big fighter, of course, like he's marathon Stan. So I mean, he has a lot of like qualities. Obviously, like he's a champion, so he has really a lot of things that are going well. So I'm just gonna watch his match as well and just learn.
And take us inside your mind when you're, when you just lost a game and you're sitting down. How do you talk to yourself? What do you say to yourself? And this happened today in the match. Like, well, how did you then talk to yourself?
I mean, I think you have to like my coach tells me you have to take the emotion out of it and really analyze it with a clear head. Like, okay, like this game, like go through the points, what happened, like why, like could I have done this or this better, or maybe she just played a good game and I should just like accept that she's also a great player and she can just have a great service game or return game or whatever. So kind of to analyze it like that and just, make a plan for the next game and try to just learn from those mistakes immediately.
And what happens when the opposite happens, when you just won a game and you're break up in your mind? How do you then keep calm, and what do you tell yourself in those moments?
Well, that's also kind of a little bit dangerous situation because you're like happy and satisfied with the last game that you just won, but you have to really focus for the next one. So you're not maybe having those split second of satisfaction, but you have to like kind of keep going and just playing aggressive also for the next one, just not to protect the lead, but just to try to win another game and stick to the things that you did in the last one.
Mm-hmm. What would you say, how would you describe yourself as a player?
Well, I would describe myself as a player, like tennis-wise, for sure. I think I have great timing. I can redirect the ball well. I'm taking the ball early, which I feel like for opponent is not easy. I'm putting the pressure on. And I mean, I'm an all-court player. I wouldn't say I have the nicest shots or the biggest winners or the most power, but I feel like I'm hanging in there. I'm grinding and just kind of trying to outplay my opponent in a way. And I think I'm a fighter, so.
Do you have a player that you, past or present, that you would have liked to play at some point? In your dreams, does anyone come up that you would like to play?
I mean, there's a lot of players. There's really a lot. I mean, to be honest, like a lot of players that I wanted to play, I kind of got to play against. Yeah. It was like Anna Ivanovic. She was very like my idol as well. Kirilenko was my idol. Maybe like Monica Seles. I would love to play against her. I mean, Martina Hingis, of course, but I was like very close to her, practicing with her, playing against her.
Why Monica Seles? What's the fascinating element about her?
Well, she was very like aggressive, feisty. She was taking the ball early. I think she, in a way, changed the game to really making it more aggressive, and just also with the double-handed, like to take it early and to create pressure. And she was a big fighter too.
Which is what you're doing as well.
Yeah, I feel like similarities for sure in a way, and a lot of people say we look alike, so maybe that's why.
Do you have a favorite player?
Like of all time?
All-time favorite player?
Female?
Any player?
Any player. Oh, what's the obvious answer? Roger Federer.
Yeah.
Other than that, Andre Agassi.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read his book?
Yeah, I did.
Fascinating story.
Yeah, very fascinating. I was very young when I read it.
Could you see yourself writing a book at some point?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Like, I don't feel like my life is... or I don't feel like someone who should write a book. Like, I just feel like a normal person. I don't feel like those champions that need to tell someone something. Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like that.
Do you still feel like you're the same person, even though you're an Olympic champion? You've reached so many heights in your career. Do you feel like you're still...
Yeah, I mean, of course, like, I'm very proud of my achievements and everything, but I don't feel any different, like, as a person, and when I'm like outside of tennis or just with my friends or something, and also they don't see me different. So I think that's how it should be. And I think I'm not gonna, like, when I'm gonna be dying, I'm not gonna be remembering like my tennis moments. I'm maybe gonna remember like my grandchildren or my children, and just like life in general.
If
We're getting very deep here.
No, I feel it's fascinating. See, this could go in a book. If you had to go back to one Australian Open moment, what's your favorite, most memorable Australian Open moment?
Well, my favorite moment is when I qualified for the first time. I went past 3 matches, and then I played my first round against Kimiko Datekrum. And that was my first ever Grand Slam main draw match that I won. And the funny thing, I was like 16 years old, and Kimiko, she was over 40. And at that point, she was older than my mom. So that was like a little bit the story of the tournament. And we had really like a really tough match, and I think even the longest rally of the whole tournament. And then I got to play like Lina on center court. That was really special.
Yeah. How do you feel when you get to Australia?
I feel like someone's giving the chill pill. I feel like very like sunshine, like it doesn't feel like vacation, because obviously like we're working and we're not like sightseeing so much, but I think the people are so nice. Like, there's good vibes, really. Like, you could really say Australian Open is the happy slam. Like, it's not just a name, it's just actually true.
And that's the vibe you're getting when you land and you
yeah.
step out.
I just feel like the people are much friendlier than everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Great. Thank you. Danke vielmals.
Danke, thank you.
Hey, du musst doch ein Buch schreiben.
Nein!
Du hast mir jetzt schon so viel Stoff gegeben.
Dann schreib doch du eins.
Also gut. Ja, aber nur dünn.
Okay.
Ich kann nicht so gut schreiben.
Es hilft.
Das Magazin.
Thank you.